I am not a robot. Quick fiction. I am not a robot, although I might be. How would you know? Can I do things that robots can't do? Probably not. Any half-decent robot can say, I'm not a robot. And any fully decent robot can pretend to reflect upon robots. They can pretend to do a lot of things. A robot could pretend to be me. It could ring you up and say in my voice, I don't like you anymore. But then it could pretend to be you and ring me back and say in your voice, that's fine with me. I never liked you anyway. And meanwhile, the real you and the real me are meeting up for coffee and a stroll along the riverside as usual. Robots can pretend to do that all they like, and they can pretend to love the sunshine and pretend to kiss near the statue of Matthew Flinders. Whereas you and me weren't pretending. I was pretending when I stood next to Matthew Flinders and made out like I was the first man to circumnavigate Australia, but you knew I was pretending, and you laughed. Whereas when a robot rings you up and says in my voice, I don't like you anymore, the robot pretending to be you didn't laugh or cry or feel anything except what it pretended to feel, which is what it guessed you'd feel. Whereas if the real I was to ring up the genuine you and say in my voice, I don't like you anymore, you'd laugh and say, yeah, I hate you too. See you at 3:30. And until there comes a day when I can say to my robot, go down and have coffee for me, will you? And it can go down and have coffee for me, and not just pretend to have coffee for me, such that I don't need to have coffee, and it can take a stroll along the riverside and make a thorough dig of itself pretending to be Matthew Flinders, you can be sure that the man you meet at 3:30 who forgets to bring his umbrella is not a robot. Although he might pretend to be a robot, just to feel what it feels like to feel nothing.